Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 11. We're here with Round 1. It's a brand new day for the Sim Racing Alliance. It's going to be a little bit more punishing out here during qualifying.
It's definitely a hard one here. It's what it's like. It's very, very punishing.
For all the way in Germany, this will be the first time we see this in the team series here. This is a track where you will be driving the track, not as much driving the drivers on the track.
Very brave is the Ferrari to get the move done.
He does get the position done.
Oh, huge contact, and they're both going to go around. It's going to be a huge move up the inside.
He's been using every bit of the track.
Pedal to the metal, foot to the floor.
And we're off and away for SRA.
Good evening, SRA Nation, and welcome to Season 12, Round 3 for Division 1 here at my home track, technically, because it's the furthest up north that we're going to. It's the first of the two British rounds. We go to what many people call the home of motorsport. It is, of course, the Silverstone GP. And I know that many people probably do not want to hear me yap about this circuit too much. So, of course, I'm Alexa Marshall, joined by Jess Osborne. And let's get straight into it, shall we, as we go over to the track map. And going over to it, of course, it's Silverstone. It's iconic. Everybody loves it. And, of course, it has 18 corners. And it's 5.891 kilometers, 3.661 miles, located in North Hampshire, England. And, of course, it also goes into Wiltshire because it's one of those circuits that crosses two counties and the only one in Britain to do so. Of course, going around your track, you start on the National Pits Straight, the one of two pits here at the Silverstone circuit, but we get the old ones because it's GT cars and only the fancy F1 people get the new pit lane. But of course, turn 1 being Copse Corner, very quick right-hander, and almost certainly you always see incidents heading into that one on lap number 1. Turn number 2 and turn number 3, of course, being Maggots, which turn into 4 being Beckett's, and then of course 5 and 6 is Chapel. On the hanger straight and then all the way down to Stowe for turn number 7, which takes you down to turn number 8. A good overtaking opportunity into the Vale chicane if you can dive it down the inside, of course, being turn number 8, and then turn number 9. Turn number 10 being Club Corner, which then takes you past the Silverstone Wing F1 paddock. It's a very long name, and that's probably the only time I'm going to use that this evening, which of course takes you down into turn number 11, aka turn number 1 for Formula 1. That is, of course, Abbey, which is very quickly into a left-hander of the good old farm curve. Into Village, another good overtaking opportunity if you go down the inside, but you've also got to defend because you go straight into the loop. A double left-hander of turn number 14 and 15, of course, 15 being Aintree. Onto the Wellington Straight and then down towards Brooklands and Lutfield. Everybody knows it over these last few years, especially 2021 in real life with Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, where they got a bit argy-bargy with each other. And then final corner to take you back onto the pitch straight for us will be good old Woodcote. And of course, Jess, it's going to be one to look out for.
Absolutely. I wouldn't say this is my favorite track, but I certainly enjoy it. I'm pretty competent around here. You called out turn 8 as a great overtaking opportunity, and it certainly is. If you can get some good exit speed out of 7 and get up somebody's inside, you can take the corner if you can hold your own line. Or if you're better than them, you can maintain it on the outside. But I wanted to call out 7 Because if you can get over speed on the straight, a lot of people's natural instincts is, of course, going to be to defend the inside, and that is a recipe for disaster because their exit is going to be so much slower out of 7 going into 8 if compared to your line if you're on the outside. I've pulled that move. I've witnessed other people pull that move. It's great. So yeah, we're now going to get to look at this track up close and personal in just a moment after we take a quick look at the drivers' points. Right now, Estefano Barrera, with the drop race factored in, is only 1 point behind Michael Menning. But if you ignore the drop races for now, because these might not be their worst performances this season, Estefano Barrera actually has way more points in his back pocket. He's got 100 points or so for his drop race, and Michael Menning's got 64 for his so-so performance last week around Laguna. So the drop race keeping him in the top of the standings for now, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, most definitely. Quickly, one to point out as we get over to trackside to point it out is over on the standings, silver drivers right up there is going to look at them as well. It's quite an interesting one. We saw this last season and quite a few of the silver drivers getting up there. One thing we also did miss though was of course the team standings, because we also probably want to get those done before we get into it. Of course, team up with Michael Menning and Mr. Sir in the good old Bentley. Gotta love some good old British cars. And it's a British car 1-2 with MHR Trans-Pacific. Confusing names, thanks guys, as Mia Rose and Jeff Spangler, of course, being there on 177 points, 204 points going to the team. Quick one to go through. Godzilla sits P number 3 with 152 points. 1 point behind them goes to Pillars Porker Racing with Koa and Travis Nordstrom, and then P5 being Jerry Mercer and Peter O'Brien. Anybody on here looking interesting to you, Jess?
Sorry, I was muted for a second. I don't really have anything to add. No, this looks pretty much what I would have expected after round 1 quali. So that's, since I don't have anything to add, let's get right into the race.
Race, I think we're mean qualifying.
Quali.
And if you've been here long enough, everybody knows it, everybody loves it. You got your silver drivers out on track first for the first 10 minutes, and then the second 10 minutes, or the last 10 minutes, because I have no idea why I worded that weirdly, but then again, that's probably just my Britishness kicking in, because yes, even though Andrew is not here, it seems like the Discord server and the Twitch chat, and including Jess earlier on, seems to enjoy annoying me about that fact.
It's just in Americans' blood to do so. It's our culture.
Guys, I'm just going to point this out. Before this season, Jess said they weren't going to turn into Andrew. Do we need to call you out on this?
Do you have a signed, notarized form of me saying that? Proof or it didn't happen?
Fine. As we're going to go around this circuit, everybody loves it. There's quite a few cars, but one thing to think about is what cars are going to have the advantage here, because of course you've got your long straights of Hangar. Yeah, you got your long straights of Hangar, National, and Wellington, as maybe Hamilton Straight as well. But you've also got the slow and medium. You've also got the slow corners of course, the Loop, Village, Vale. Your mediums of Stowe, Lutfield, Brooklands. It's a good all-round track, realistically. And there's nothing that we can really fault about it, but the cars are definitely going to be one to look out for. Speaking of the cars, we've got good old Tronclair up top with 1 minute 57 for 6-7 in. How the heck is a Nistang on top? The fact that you just said stand twice in 2 sentences concerns me.
But yeah, I don't understand. I hope somebody dethrones them immediately. I mean, GTRs are cool, but they're not the kings of GT3. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, they're not. Let's be honest. On ACC, everybody knows that the McLaren's on top. Apart from the Porsche is better.
Okay, cool. I was about to say I pretend not to hear it.
God damn it. Bro, Andrew leaves the box and now I'm a Porsche lover. What the heck is happening?
The lack of need for confrontation means you can express your honest opinions.
Very true. Very, very true. But right now, going around the circuits, we go through the Vale Chicane. Well, we were going through the Vale Chicane. We're going to go over to Jen right now in the good old McLaren, good old British machinery, which, of course, Silverstone, it's one of those circuits. Like you said earlier, it's not your favourite track. And to be honest, it's not my favourite track here in Britain either. Personally, my favourite track is it's basically my local track. If Jess was looking in the commentators chat, they now know an area where I live. Yay!
Oh, I haven't looked yet. Which track's your favorite? If you don't mind sharing.
It is Alton Park.
Hell yeah.
It is my closest via car with a 1 hour and 30-minute drive. So it's honestly not too bad. And Alton Park with the banking at the back end of the circuit, can't beat it. But of course we don't have it on this calendar. We're going to have Brands Hatch later on in the season, which personally for me, Brands Hatch is definitely my second. And I said this earlier, people call this the home of motorsport. Some people call it the birthplace of motorsport, but actually this is not the birthplace of motorsport. The birthplace of motorsport is in Britain, but it is not Silverstone, and it is actually Brooklands.
I've never heard of that. What's Brooklands?
It's because Brooklands. It's because the actual Brooklands or the actual Brooklands Auto Circuit, which was where professional motor racing was first introduced on tracks, it is now closed and it is now disappeared. But that's why Brooklands at Silverstone is called Brooklands.
Okay, that makes sense. So Silverstone kind of inherits the title, I guess.
Yes, Silverstone technically inherits the title of home of motorsport, but it can't really take the name of birthplace of motorsport.
Makes sense.
Fun facts with Alexa.
Well, while we were getting that knowledge dumped on us, we got a provisional pole was trading hands many times. Right now, John Crown is on top. Already, D1 Silver's already cracking into the low 57s. He's hit a 57.0. I'd be really surprised. Well, I wouldn't be that surprised, I guess, if they cracked into the low 56s, or high 56s, that is. But it doesn't look like John Crown's going to do it this lap. And neither is anybody else. Maybe Wiggins.
Maybe. I mean, one thing we also have to point out here is that this is going to be a night race. So even though it is sunset, even though it is very much sunset here in qualifying, you've also got to take into account the factor that the track is going to be a whole lot cooler.
Yep.
And it's going to be a whole lot, harder to see the cars in front of you.
Yeah, that's going to put a strain on the driver and the car alike. Just managing the temperatures in the tires, keeping them up to spec. It's gonna be a unique challenge for some of these drivers for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a VC with one of the D3 drivers earlier on, and they were running brake ducts 1, just so that their brakes and tires were up to temperature. So that really shows what
I closed mine by one click.
Like.
Only one click from the normal. I probably should have done more, especially for the front.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is when it comes down to it. As we've got 1 minute left for the silver drivers, as we're currently watching Joel Kloss as we head, of course, down into Brooklands, as I am. And before anybody says it, no, I am not going to do a Crofty. If you watch the 2021 season, you understand the reference.
I do not.
Oh. Great. I'm not going to do it because it's like... Yeah,
well, you said you wouldn't, so I don't want to make a liar of you.
It was the battle between Hamilton and Verstappen. And it's like, as they head into Brooklands, Hamilton and Verstappen giving it everything. Coming out of Lutfield, through Woodcote, down towards Cops Corner. These are critical corners for this Grand Prix. Verstappen, yeah. It's a whole thing. Sadly, I cannot recite it as much as I can recite the entire Five Nights at Freddy's 6 ending, because I'm a massive nerd.
Well, you were on a roll there. You had it pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, heck, like, I'm not going to do it because this is motorsport, not Five Nights at Freddy's. But if anybody wants FNAF lore, just let me know. As here we go, on to the good old National, and Durant's didn't really go that high up. As clock has ticked over, we're finally going to see some gold drivers coming out on track.
Austin Carpenter gonna cross the line with no improvement, unfortunately. John Archie also didn't look like much improvement for him. That leaves Joel Klaus on track. He had about 4/10 in his pocket. That was going to be enough to put him on the currently on the top 3, but he lost a 10th or 2. Gains a bit more here, going a little deep, losing a bit of that time on the exit now. Up a 1/4 of a second. That's going to be enough for 4 or so spots. Oh, down to 2/10 now.
Yeah, well, we say that. We haven't had any of the drivers come out on track yet. And so that's what's going to make it interesting. One thing to point out is with these sunset races and these night races, the gold drivers can have a disadvantage. Like, it's very, very slight, but they will still have a slight disadvantage with cooler track temperatures than the actual silver drivers. We saw it last season in Spa, where there was a lot more silver drivers top than usual because they had the warmer track temperature. They were able to get those tyres up to temp a lot quicker and a lot easier than the gold drivers could. So that's what makes it very, very interesting for all of them. Hello, Jason Allen, you're going to come into the pit lane. Oh, hello, Jacob Palmineri. So this is going to be an interesting one because good old Nissan round the final corner, going to go to the line. And does he set a lap time or is he starting one? I think he's. Yeah, that was an outlap. So let's go for a ride around Silverstone then, shall we, folks? As of course we've already gone through Cops Corner, heading down to Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel. You throw it left, throw it right, then once again you throw it into a left-hander, and then into a slowly tightening left into right as we head through Chapel. All over the curb is going to be Jacob Palmineri in the 434 good old Nissan, heading onto the Hanger Straight where it's going to be pedal to the metal, foot to the floor, all the way down towards Stowe Corner. Of course, infamous for the year that Michael Schumacher decided that it was going to fail on him and send it straight into the barrier on the exit. As we head down in towards the Vale chicane, a good overtaking opportunity like we mentioned earlier, through the left into the right as Perez goes off the track, cuts the chicane, off goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton, and round onto the Lewis Hamilton straight as we head past the wing and into Abbey. I feel like Jess didn't like that I was reciting F1 lines.
I did not.
And as we head through turn number 1 and through turn 1, through turn 2 for F1, as we head down into Village, another good overtaking opportunity. But then again, I don't know what other drivers are like, because personally for me, I love a cheeky little dive bomb.
Diabolical.
How dare you?
I like beating people at the apex and the exit. Beat them to the next corner.
I mean, heck, I also do F1 comms, and I also drive F1 cars on the new F1 game. Can you really blame me?
No, that's pretty much the only way to pass, I guess.
Yeah, no, it legit is the only way to pass. One way to not pass though is one way to make sure people don't pass you though is to make sure you get a good lap in, as Jacob Palmineri is going to come round the final corner, go to the line, goes P2, and that is going to be. And Jess, you've got the information unlike me. So what lap time did he set?
Only like 200ths off of provisional pole, but already Estefano Barrera's come out swinging. 56.8, high 56s. I think that's kind of expected from the top of D1 Gold, but we're going to see if anybody can match him up there. And especially when it comes to race session, because it's one thing to put down fast laps on a somewhat cold day track. It's another thing entirely to be fast all night on a frigid night race, which is what we're about to be in.
I don't know what you're on about. This is a British track. This is Britain. It's cold all the time.
Oh, this is just normal, right?
Yeah, this is just normal. Like,
God help you.
Like, you guys say like, oh yeah, the cold track, the track's frigid.
It is.
We're over here in Britain, just like, wait, you people think this isn't normal?
It's not. There's a reason people left your country.
It is.
Miserable place.
There's a reason. I know, honestly, we got ranked the second most depressing country in the world last year.
Oh gosh, who beat you?
North Korea.
Oh, okay, that checks out. That maths. Brera mathing right now with an increasing delta, up to 0.3 now. He's up. I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch him.
Well,
Where's
never
our
say
hero?
never.
Where's Michael Menning?
Yes, very true. Where is Michael Menning? Well, there's Travis Nordstrom. We love good old.
Oh, there.
Somebody's audience
it's
chats.
'cause,
Oh,
there he is.
hey!
Speaking, he will
He's gone
appear.
up. Say his name and he will appear. I believe in Joe Hendry. As we head through Beckett's Chapel, so many people probably did not get that reference. Whoever is saying USA RA in chat, I'm not going to allow it this week because we're at my home circuit.
Travis Nordstrom entering the fray. Provisional pole with a 56.5.
Average Travis Nordstrom session, to be honest. We can't really deny it. Travis Nordstrom's always up there. And honestly, call me crazy, I feel like he may become a title contender towards the second half of the season. People can call me crazy all they want, but I see a future in this man, especially in the Porsche. I'm sure Jess and Selena would be able to agree. Selena ain't here, but Jess is. Jess can talk on her behalf.
She approves. She agrees. Porsche best, etc., etc.
Yes, the Porsche glaze is real.
Javier Salazar having none of it, though. He's got a delta right now more than enough to take provisional pole. Half a second up now, losing a little bit on the exit there. Losing a little bit on that exit, too. No, it's slipping through his fingers. The curse. I'm sorry, buddy. I just cursed you. You're about to have pole.
I mean, well, that's the thing. It's not really a curse because, well, kind of is because we were talking about it. But that's one of the things here in qualifying, especially at the Vale chicane, because the Vale chicane, it's halfway around the circuit technically. It doesn't feel like it's halfway around the circuit because you're going flat out most of the lap, apart from Beckett's Chapel and Stowe. But the straights and everything, you're going flat out. It doesn't feel like half the lap, but no, it is halfway around the circuit. And it can really make or break your lap. Excuse me, sir. Jacob Palmineri, I do not believe that you're supposed to be kicking up gravel.
Yep, he just invalidated. He's going to be kicking himself for that one because that was a good lap for him.
You see, people, there's what we're looking at right now. We're looking at a Lamborghini, but what that Lamborghini is on, as well as this Ferrari, is something black called tarmac. That is where you keep the car. The green and the grey stuff, as well as the orange stuff, you keep off that.
What about the yellow?
We got a yellow flag because, it depends. Now that is a nice livery.
I'm not a huge fan. I gotta be honest. Not Madhouse's best.
I see pink. I am happy. Even if the fences are clearly a PNG image, we're gonna ignore that.
I think it would be better if they were shorter
that is a nice
and
thing.
square, like flat along the top, wrapping around the doors, and not like so climbing up on the hood. So it's like a continuous fence, and then all the art on top of that.
Yeah. Well, beggars can't be choosers. As going back over to Michael Menning in the good old Bentley, which for some reason looks like a vegetable.
It does. It doesn't look like a car. But yeah, Travis Nordstrom doing his best job to keep him honest, an eighth of a second behind him. But Michael Menning not flinching. He's coming into the end of Sector 3 with 0.3 in his pocket. Estefano Brera on an invalid lap. So not in contention to fight at the moment. And I'm not sure he's going to get another lap. Where is he at? He will. He's about to cross the line, so he's going to get one more go at it.
Yeah, he's right there. 30 seconds. If you're not, I would say if you're not on Wellington, you're not going to be able to get another lap in. So it all comes down to it, really. So it seems like Estefano Barrera will be the final driver who will get their lap time in this evening, as the checker flag is probably going to be falling very soon. And again, we do have some other drivers coming across the line to start their laps, as we've currently got 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds I go. As we see the checker flag fall, that's going to be the 4-minute wait time, which will kick in as checker flag falls here in qualifying at Silverstone as the sun begins to set. Currently watching Dan Cran, everybody's favourite admin, as we come out of the loop through Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight, one of the several straights here. Which Lewis Hamilton Straight, is it really a straight? It's a very short straight. If we're going to class it, there's 4 straights here. Otherwise, you've got your steering wheel being turned the entire time as we head through Lutfield right now, and then through Woodcut, and then on towards the main pit straight here, and of course over the line. Going to push the limit as much as possible as he will go to the line. That'll be P10, 0.7 exactly behind the leader. That, of course, being Michael Menning right now as we look at Jacob Palmineri in the 4-3-4 Nissan looking to improve. But the number one
big slide. He was 4/10 up and it's all cratering down now. 1/10 up. Maybe 2.
Yeah, very true, as I believe we have Jeff Spangler actually coming onto the good old straight, as yes he did. He stays P number 6 for the time being as he will take the checker flag. Several more people coming through Lutfield and Brooklands as we speak, as we're currently watching Jacob Palmineri still as we head into Brooklands and then quickly into the right-hander of Lutfield, which some people prefer a wider line, some people prefer a tighter line. Realistically, it depends on what type of car you're driving and what your driving style is. Personally, I prefer a tighter line as we head into good old Woodcourt and then round onto the National Pit Straight, and then it goes to the line. Jacob Palmineri will sit P number 5. One more driver to come across the line right now, as I believe it's going to be Travis Nordstrom, as he will come to the line in the trusty Porsche. He will only go P number 2, and that's going to be Michael Menning, like usual, who sits on top. So then, now that was an interesting qualifying session, Jess.
Yeah, everything went pretty smoothly, pretty clean. No big blunders, nobody driving off track. No drivers in the wrong division going out to qualify. We've seen that before. Yeah, nice, clean, good quali. But things are about to get a lot hairier. The sun's gone down, the temps have gone down even further, and our drivers are now are eyeballing that weather gauge to see what happens and maybe formulate a plan. It is 8 degrees Celsius on track right now with a slight wind and sun or no cloud cover for the next half hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to realistic Britain.
The average Britain afternoon.
Just an average British day. Like, that's just, honestly, all we need now is for it to, all we needed was for it to also be raining, and then you've just got Britain to a T. That's not even a joke. Like, put some good old rain in there, and you've got Britain to a T, and you can't really deny it. As I'm the British person here, so just take my word for it.
Just a minute while I get our camera set up and I can hit the track.
Yay. Cool. I'm going to keep on yapping about this circuit because who doesn't love this circuit?
Oops,
People, you love this circuit.
I forgot to turn
People,
off
you love this
controller camera controls because I was doing filming, so I can't do our normal grid walk.
No.
But that's not such a big deal tonight because it's so damn dark anyway. What are you going to see? Am I right?
Headlights.
Well, we can at least look down the order.
Yeah, we can at least look down the order as Michael Menning lines up on pole position. He will have Travis Nordstrom in P number 2 right alongside him. It's then Estefano Barrera, Mr. Sir, Jacob Palmineri, Jeff Spangler, Salazar, Potter. As we also see Peter O'Brams line in P number 8, Mercer P number 9, and Dan Cran in P number 10. It's then Marecki, Flamger, Guy Manperson, Omar Escorcia, and then it will be good old Dominic Duran. Then we go into a few of the silver drivers, of course, having Crown in P number 16 with Baylor Kish P number 17. Further down the order is Kelvin Lau in one of the gold drivers. He sits P number 18 right now in the 666 Ford Mustang. Why the heck an American car is on a British track, I have no idea. We also have Joel Moffat in the Ferrari. He sits P number 19, and to round out P number 20, it will be Butkus. Sen Laundry, Queso, Durant, Wiggins, Archie, Troxclair, Wells, Klaus, Carpenter, Meeks,
Meeks in the
McCroat,
pit.
Normadow, San, Allen, Chan, Quigg, Colin Dunham. Colin Dunham? He is further down. Oh, he's in the pit lane. Why you? Oh, did you forget to click drive, sir?
Must have. And we can explain
It's
Brandon
dark.
Chan and Brooker Quigger in the back because they had a quali ban. I forgot to mention.
Oh, fun. That would have been nice to know at the start. But we let it slide. We're at Britain. This is my home track. I'm going to be nice this evening, even if I do glaze the circuit a lot. So please allow me. Somebody is going to turn that into a meme. I am sure we have a meme zone in the Discord server. I am looking at you, J-May, as we're going to continue going around this circuit. Everybody loves it. It's a good old formation lap. And Jess, what are your predictions here?
My predictions are Barrera, Nordstrom, and Menning are going to be fighting the entire race. And so much is going to happen, and we're unfortunately going to miss a lot of it because we're going to be so busy watching them fight.
Most likely. That is, you know what, we can't really deny that as we are going to head down into Stowe Corner. It's a 1 hour race coming up. It's 10 PM in game. No idea why Jess didn't make it 2 AM because, let's be honest, that's Britain right now. Can we make a petition to have British races in real time? Like, just have nighttime British races, but make them real time, so drivers have to race at 2 o'clock in the morning. If I have to be up doing commentary at this time, you guys are getting the real experience.
2 a.m. for you is like, what, 9 p.m. for us?
Yes.
Easy.
I'm a college. You know what? Good job I've got Wednesdays off because I'm a college student as well. So, yay, that makes my life 10 times easier. As currently going through turn number 1 for Formula 1, as of course it's going to be Abbey and then good old farm curve. As just looking down the order, that is a whole lot of headlights. Try not to get blinded and don't be a deer, otherwise you are most definitely gonna get run over. As if anybody remembers back in the day, there was a lunatic on the track, according to the commentators. That's not even a joke. If you search it up online for Silverstone, there is a guy in a ginger wig running down the Wellington Straight while F1 cars are going around it.
Dude must have a death wish. But yeah, isn't
Honestly,
it pretty? Y'all should be very glad I turned off the dirt effects. Otherwise, this would be a blurry smear.
Yes, very, very, very true. As it's wheel to wheel, side by side. Michael Menning and Travis Nordstrom, they're going to keep on going around this lovely circuit as everybody seems to be ghosting inside of each other. Excuse me, please, people. Keep within your boxes.
Dominic.
Dominic,
You're breaking the immersion.
Right. You're breaking the immersion, Dominic. God damn it! How dare you? As we head around good old Brooklands and then into Ludfield, as here comes the fun part. A nighttime race start, which not only is it going to be hard for us to follow, it's going to be hard to tell who is who. Well, apart from the name tags above all of them, because for some reason that's something we've done this season compared to last season.
You're welcome.
Andrew should have taken some notes. Thank you very much, Jess. As of course, like I said, we're going to head around Woodcourt now and heading down towards the main start line. It is the National Pit Straight as we get to it, and it is going to be all the way to the line, and it is... Look at it, let's go racing as it's lights out.
But they already
away we
touched
go.
P3 and P4. Esteban Obrera and Mr. Sir managed to touch before the turn even starts. And now P3 and P4 have touched each other, going to P5 and P6. It's about to be a parking lot. Oh my goodness. Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes. Can I get a restart? That is a third of the grid right now in an absolute parking lot. A quarter of the grid pointed the wrong way. They're all finally dusting themselves off and getting rolling again. I would show you the replay, but we saw it live, and there was nothing more to see to it. P3 and P4 took each other out, causing to a chain reaction, taking out P5, P6, and from then it went nuclear. Oh my gosh. That might be the most terrifying start to an SRA race I've ever seen, and some of them still aren't going. Is that car number 277? Ivan McCrow? He must not be able to move his car. He's already in the dust.
He's got to have damage as we go, and this is what's happened because of that big pile-up. Everybody else would have been nice and close to each other, but because of that, everybody's now bunched up, and you do not want that.
Nope.
Like, yes, it's the opening lap, and if it was nice and clean, then it'll be easy to go around. But now everybody, at least a third of the field, is going to have damage. We were saying this in qualifying.
Ooh, and Kelvin Lau gets the
Oh!
punt and pass. Was that Dan Cram behind him? Who did that? Hold on. Yes, it was. That was Dan the Man Cram committing a sin on one of SRA's older members.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to hope for it here, as we are going to go down into Brooklands to finally finish this first lap after that absolute carnage on the opening lap. We said that during qualifying. It's one thing to qualify high up. It's one thing to survive on a cold track in a night race. Track temperature is 8 degrees Celsius. That is absolutely freezing. Your tyres will not have temperature. And on the right-hand side, that will be Jeff Spangler, I believe, who dives it into the pit lane, as we see John Archie right now trying to defend as we head all the way down towards Beckett's Chapel. Like I said, we said it in qualifying and we saw it live. The opening lap, turn number 1, it's Stowe Corner for you. That was Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen absolutely escalated as we head through Chapel. That
John
John
Archie
Archie
just got up the inside of Allen.
A very lovely move on the outside, and he's going to have to defend now as we head down the hanger straight all the way down towards Stowe Corner. You said this during qualifying, Jess. It is a good overtaking opportunity, and he's going to have to defend his line. That may compromise him though as we head down towards the Vale chicanes. Looking ahead, Kelvin Lau also probably going to be looking for a move on good old Crown as we head into the Vale chicane and then through Club Corner. These are critical corners when it comes down to it. You want to get a good exit. You want to get a good line, as it seems like Quigg is going to have to defend from Maffa as we head onto the Lewis Hamilton straight. He's going to be right up his gearbox, and he's going to be right there with him, trying to keep to the diffuser as we head into Abbey, but he's going to back out of it, and he's as we
look
head
at this.
Farm Curve.
Quigg goes super
that is a major
wide.
loss, though. That's a loss, and that's going to go and onto the grass as well. That's going to be going down in as we head into Village, and that's going to be almost contact between the two drivers. Keep it nice and clean as we head into the loop. Down the inside, we'll go Quigg, and onto and through Aintree as we go through it. As we got a checkerboard, we got a good old box of cars here heading onto Wellington. This is what we said earlier. It's going to be hard to keep up with everything, but we're going to try keep it with you as we see Brooker Quigg versus Sam, as well, Quigg versus
Nick Sam,
I believe. Yeah, it is Sam. Bear with me, guys. I don't have race control, so it's hard to tell in the dark, but we'll keep with it, and we're going to hope for the best as we got Queso going to be right behind him as well as we head onto the national pitch straight, and just shows now that everybody's regained their composure as we head into Stowe Corner. Actually, almost a bit of contact between the two. Off run goes. Wide goes Barrera, and as we head into Beckett's Chapel, actually I believe Barrera is ahead, or is he the car behind?
He's behind.
He is the car behind. Yeah, for some reason on Halicam we don't get the tags, so bear with me, guys. The tags are helping me out quite a lot compared to last season. If you were watching Spa, you would understand. As we head onto the hanger straight.
Oh, I gotta go look at Klaus right now. He's getting swarmed right now. He just lost 4 positions. Let's see the replay why that happened. Oh, it's because he went off. Narrowly avoids the wall by like a yard, maybe 2. That was pretty close. He should thank his lucky stars that all he's got is slightly dirty tires and a few seconds lost. Lucky.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. What we need to mention as well. Beckett's and Chapel. It's one of those corners. You go through Maggots very quickly, brake into Beckett's very slightly, and then you got to brake as you head into the right-hander of Beckett's into the left-hander of Chapel. And that can severely undulate the car as we see Queso going for the move just behind, and he's going to look for it down the inside, but he's going to lose out, and he took the title out. That may leave Moffat to take an opportunity as we head through the right-hander and into the left-hander. Once again, he's going to go for a lunge here, but he's not going to get it as we head into... as he goes
he looks
wide,
around
actually.
the outside, and that's 21 up his inside. Dominic Duran gets the run on him around the outside, and it looks like he's going to start Sector 3 in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way that it is, and you got to take every single opportunity that you can. Somebody makes a mistake, you seize it like a shark. You close in, you wait for your opportunity, and that's the thing with GT racing. You don't exactly have to be faster than the car in front. You just have to make less mistakes. As we head through Lutfield right now, and down the inside will go
Moffat
Jeff
making a
Spangler.
mistake, going super deep, losing a spot or two, inviting Jeff Spangler up, and Eric Marecki follows him through.
Well, Marecki actually going to go for a second move here. He got the first one coming out of Woodcut, and then going to go for the second as we head through Cop's corner, and he's going to get it done nice and clean on the inside. That's what you'll love to see. As we, that was almost
close.
Contact in the rear end of, that was almost contact in the rear end of Dominic Duran, who almost went into the rear end of him. That was most definitely on the brakes, harder than he would have wanted to. He's got a nice little gap behind him though as we continue going down the Hunger Straight. I've been yapping for a bit, so I'm going to let Jess talk for a bit.
Oh, I don't have anything to say. I already chimed in. What do you think? I got notes prepared? I'm tired. I'm the cameraman, and I need more cameras. That's what I have to say. I need more cameramen. This race has been wild.
Yeah, but that's the thing for you. Night races at circuits like this is what you'll love to see. As we're going to see Estefano Barrera right now ahead. He's got Quig. He's behind Carpenter, I should say. Gotta love not being on PC, guys. And before anybody, I feel like we should point this out. The reason why Selena is not with us is because she is having PC problems.
Or more accurately put, she's trying to prevent catastrophic PC problems from manifesting. She has some questionable substances and materials emanating from her PC, so she figured she'd get it taken care of sooner rather than later.
Yeah, indeed. So hopefully Selena will be back next week, but no promises. But don't worry, you've got me and Jess with you, so you don't need and you don't need to worry about me being annoyed too much because we've done all the American tracks now. Have at it, Andrew. As we continue going on, we're gonna have Durant right now on chasing down good old Michael Laundry. As we look over the rear wing, cannot see the rear wing at all apart from a little bit of a snippet. And you can just see the headlights behind them as we head through Maggots, through Beckett, through Chapel. 51 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in Silverstone.
Estefano Barrera and Jeff Spangler diving into the pits. Estefano Barrera working very hard to pick his way back through the field after that pretty disastrous race start. And I guess he decided after a lap or two being stuck behind somebody, it wasn't worth it. And he's going to pit for clean air and just go the long haul on one set of tires for 50 minutes. Not what I would do, but I can't blame him, no.
I mean, that's the thing, though. With the hotter the track, the more you're going to wear your tires out. So
I mean, that's
maybe
true, but during the practice lap race last night, I definitely noticed my tires start falling off around minute 25 into a stint.
Well, welcome to Silverstone, folks. We kill your tires.
Yeah,
welcome to Britain.
Those high-speed turns, it's just murder on the tires, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun until you end up, until, in the words of some good old Top Gear legends, oversteer. The difference between oversteer and understeer is, your oversteer is you turn into a corner, your rear end slips out, you go into a tree, and I can't say the rest because I'd rather not get us demonetized. If you know the Top Gear quote, you know the Top Gear quote. And understeer is where you turn into the corner, but your car doesn't turn, and you go into the tree, and you boop. You go up, as that's the Top Gear quote, but I'm going to try and not get us demonetized because we're in Britain. I am going to also talk about Top Gear, which, let's be honest, is now kind of sad. And it is kind of sad, as of course, Top Gear finished. Well, it hasn't finished, but it doesn't have the iconic duo, and Grand Tour has also now come to an end. So, Richard Hammond, James May, Jeremy Clarkson, thank you for your thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I've been watching Top Gear since I was in high school. And if you don't know how old I am, that was a while ago. Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching that. It just definitely a formative part of mine, and I'm sure many, many, many others' love and interest in motorsports. Well, it just cars in general. They're not really into motorsports, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're into the things that go broom broom. As around the outside.
Oh, no!
Yeah,
Oh, he
that's going to
holds
be
it,
both
though.
of the drivers rear end catching it onto the grass. That is going to be definitely help from the brakes, and that is going to be Eric Marecki who
Holding
decided
it
to
very
go
well.
around there. And that was contact. I think he may have been at fault there for closing in the gap a little bit
I do
too
think
much.
so. Yeah, the car on the inside definitely was taking a legal line, and he just drove into it. But nonetheless, well managed from them both not to die from that.
Yeah, most definitely. As we're currently watching Archie, as going back to the good old Top Gear and all that. This is. I'm just going to point this out, guys, which is crazy because most people probably do not realise it. Jess said they were watching Top Gear when they were in high school. I was watching Top Gear before I was in primary school.
Oh damn! Yeah, that's right. You're a young'un.
I'm young. I am young. I'm young. I'm young compared to all you lot. Well, right now, gonna be going
Let's
to
check
watch
in with
Joel
the front.
as
Actually, we haven't really looked at them since that catastrophic race start. But Michael Benning got away totally unscathed, and it looks like so did Travis Nordstrom, who is slowly been falling back. He's now 6 seconds behind Michael Benning, and not far behind him is Javier Salazar.
yeah, that's the thing. The contact between P3 and P4 was what caused that collision.
Yep.
So
Kills
it's
P4
kind
and
of like,
killed P5 and P6, and then everybody else followed.
yeah, it was kind of like, do you know that? You know what? I'm actually going to lean into this because we were talking about Top Gear. Loads of people get into motorsport, and I see it online all the time. There's three main ways that people get into motorsport. Either the
Going
iconic
three wide.
trio from Top Gear. Speaking of iconic trio, we got a 3 wide moment heading down the Hanger Straight. Honestly, talk about perfect timing as we head through good old Stowe Corner. Down the inside goes Timothy Flamger, and he's Colin Dunham, I should say. Down the inside, lovely jubbly, Sanders a pound, over the sausage curb goes the car in front. Gonna play it nice and clean through the right-hander.
They're
And
still
that's gonna
side
be
by
a little bit
side.
of contact. 'cause that
Butkus
is
and
gonna be-
Marecki.
Yeah, as we head onto the Lewis.
Was that Butkus getting shown pretty wide? Was that an anger wiggle right there I saw?
I believe it was an anger wiggle. Which, honestly, there's one thing I would like to point out here, as I'm going to go back to talking about it. As I was saying, people either got into the iconic trio from Top Gear, their family, like a family member,
Yep.
or
Initial D.
a certain movie that came out in 2006, which had a certain red car go to a place called Radiator Springs, and that crash on lap 1 looked awfully familiar from the crash in that movie.
I think you're right.
Like, I saw that and I'm like, huh.
I think the only thing we're missing is some body rolls.
Yeah. Honestly, the only thing that we are missing is some body rolls, and we're missing a car on top of another car, and we were also missing one car flying through the air after jumping on top of another
Somebody
car,
else's tires,
which was upside down, using its tires and using them as a springboard.
I love it when I can pull that move off.
I know, right? Like, just get a ramp buggy. Like, honestly, just get a ramp buggy, put it in front of the car, get your car, jump on top of it, boom bam bosh, bounce your car, and fly through the air, doing that weird pose as for some reason the two little cars, which did some interesting things that only adults will understand, and I did not understand at the time as a child, but I do now understand now that I am very much mature enough. And it is very interesting as they literally got flashed by lightning.
You know, speaking of mature cars, Language says, shout out to the first Fast and Furious, one of the many reasons he got into cars. Definitely brothers speaking facts. I still remember the first time I saw Fast and Furious and Tokyo Drift at an event, and let's just say my taste in cars and how to modify them was permanently altered.
I'm going to cause a major controversy here. I've never watched either of those.
Oh my goodness. You should You should probably not mention that out loud. But meanwhile, Kevin Lau, defending against John Archie, tried going around the outside into the start of Sector 3. Now switched to defending on the outside, and he's got Archie sniffing right up his tailpipe, but without having the overspeed to get up his inside.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is, but that's the thing, like, you can get a good speed out of Lutfield, but then also Woodcote, because if you're going to have to defend, then you're going to lose loads of speed as well. So you want that tight line at Woodcote, but if you got to take the wide line at Woodcote, you're going to lose loads of speed compared to the car behind you going down towards Stowe, which is going to give you a good overtaking opportunity on the national pitch straight. So it's one of those things. But even though we had that major lap 1 collision, it is pretty much still pretty close. We've got the groups forming out on track like we usually do. They've been able to keep with everybody, so nice and clean, as hopefully it will stay nice and clean as we head down into the Vale chicane. That is going to be John Archie in the Ferrari trying to defend from the Mercedes of Jason Allen as we head out of good old Vale and into Club onto the Lewis Hamilton straight. He seems to have got the extra speed and he will have the defensive line, but maybe Jason Allen will look for the move down into Abbey or good old Farm Curve, maybe even
he
Village,
almost had the speed.
He's a bit too far back now.
Dominic Duran had the speed though.
Nice, go on, lads. Lovely jubbly. Lovely. Why did I turn into Mumbo Jumbo for a sec?
Because you're British.
The heck? Look, just because I'm British does not mean we speak in exactly the same accent, you see. And this is
No,
one of
but
the
you do
perks
have a
about
nonsense vocabulary. Got you
Look,
there.
we're British. Look, we're British. We didn't invade the rest of the world to speak their language. And before anybody says anything, I did not come up with that quote. Andrew Rive came up with that quote. If you're gonna get mad at anybody, get mad at Andrew. But I mean, like, he's not wrong. And then the Americans like Jess came along and ruined our language. How dare you?
I've read and heard that parts of America have better preserved traditional English accents than Britain has, particularly the Northeast. So,
Now that is just incorrect.
It's just what I've heard.
The thing is, loads of people think like, oh yeah, the UK has one singular accent.
No,
It's
you've got
never
like
had
12
a singular...
just in London, right?
Yeah, no, like that's the thing. When you actually look at like the history, you had Saxons, you had the Scottish, you had the Irish, you had the Norwegian, you had the Vikings, you had the French at one point. So that's the reason why wherever you go, it's like a totally different accent. Like, I'm in the northwest, so like my accent is, I'm Lancastrian, so like my accent's like this. But if you go over, like if you just cross the Pennines and go into the northeast, they'll sound more, they'll have like a slight Norwegian tone to it. Also, one of the perks about being English, yeah, is that we can easily change the accent just like this.
You're a fraud. Imposter.
Yeah, I'm on it. Language just saying in the UK, the accent and dialect varies from town to town. Yeah, no, but that's not even a joke. On average in the UK, the accent changes every 23 miles. Hence why I do not have an accent like Silverstone. Although, I saw somebody... Oh?
Was that Carpenter? No, it was that Dom Duran who
Dominic
drove in the back of Carpenter, or the back of Normando, I think. And he's gonna elect to pit, probably swap tires. And, definitely swap tires, and probably repair that damage he just incurred.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart move, really, as we've got 40 minutes. We got just under 40 minutes remaining, and it's nice and clean. But I saw, I'm only going to do this once because somebody mentioned it in Twitch chat. Oh yes, welcome to Britain. Well, the movies be like, oh yes, welcome to Britain. May we get you a cup of tea and a scone? Hell nah. You come out to Britain. You like no mate. You come out to Britain. Words, please. It's too early.
Are you trying to do are you a British person trying to do an imitation of an Indian person with a British accent? Because that's what it sounded like.
Alright, I'll bloody tell you right now. Like, this is the thing. I put this on slightly. If I just talk normally, it sounds like this. Like, I just don't speak like this because it doesn't sound good for commentary. Hence why I talk like this, like a slight higher pitch, a little bit, slight higher pitch with a lower voice tone.
It's definitely more audible for Americans.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more audible for you guys. Whereas if I just talk normally, then like this is the thing. I'm up in the northwest, so like you got the Scouse, you got the Lancaster, but you also got the Scottish and Irish. So like if I just talk normally, this is what my accent actually sounds like. But like no, like this is the thing. Like I don't know if anybody actually realizes this. I do this. I put this on because the lower tone but the higher pitch like makes it bearable. Because trust me, if I was talking like this all the time when it's like high-paced action, my words would just get garbaged. Anyway, back to the commentary voice.
Look at that, Stefano Barrera, all alone, currently leader amongst everybody who has pitched so far, but he certainly still far away from, track position, P1. Big window all around him, though, to hot lap, so if he gets lucky, he's still going to gain probably another 5 positions from what he gained before. I think he pit around like P20-ish, didn't he?
Yeah, about that. So it wasn't actually too bad as Kevin Lau actually into the pit lane. Michael Menning just doing Michael Menning things up top. Travis Nordstrom just doing Travis Nordstrom things up top. Travis Nordstrom is just having a chill time, let's be honest. As we head through onto the Lewis Hamilton straight once again, the race seems to have calmed down a little bit, hence why we are having...
Yep, things getting spread out now. We really only have one more train of people, and that's just really barely a train of 4 or 5 cars in the mid-pack. So things definitely settling down. Language says, at least you don't live in Birmingham, Brick City, Chav City. I've actually visited Birmingham, visited a friend so we could watch the international Dota championships with some other friends. I didn't see much of it, but it seemed nice. What's wrong with Birmingham?
You went to Birmingham willingly?
Yeah, it was fine. You got a brand
new
house.
Did you go into the...
cute neighborhood?
Did you go into the suburbs of Birmingham?
I have no idea what part. I only ever saw the train station and the drive to his neighborhood, which wasn't very long.
So you are living in the central part of Birmingham, which the government tries to make look nice.
Okay,
yeah, no,
they did a
you
good
go
job.
to. Yeah, that's the only part of Birmingham what's good. You go to the rest of Birmingham, it is hell. Us British people, no matter where you are in Britain, avoid Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Coventry, Milton Keynes, unless we're going to Silverstone.
Those were all the stops that were being announced on my train ride from London to Birmingham.
This is your Avanti West Coast service.
Yeah, you nailed it. That was it.
This is your Avanti West Coast service to London Euston,
yep.
Collingat, Penrith, Oxenholme Lake District, Lancaster, Preston, Wigan North Western, Buck Warrington Bankey, Crewe, Birmingham New Street, Birmingham International, Wolverhampton. Coventry.
I remember that one too. Oh, and Chan is going to remember this move Eric Marecki just pulled on him in the start of Sector 3. Stuck it on the inside, nailed the apex, and Chan could not go fast enough around the outside to fight him.
Nice and clean. Nice and clean. Also, how the heck... This is... Andrew said it last season. Us Brits just have a knack for it. This is one of the perks about being able to change the accent. I can just change it for whatever also. So like a train announcer. Welcome aboard this northern service to Lancaster, Collingat, Carnforth and Lancaster only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class is not available on this train.
But where can I find the snack cart?
Trust me, the only train companies in the UK that actually have a snack car is ScotRail's HST, which is the Edinburgh to Aberdeen service, via going up north. And then if you like in the normal UK and you want a snack car, you want LNER, Avanti West Coast, and probably want to be Southwestern services. Probably not even that.
Escorcia into the pits. John Crown into the pits.
Ooh, into the pit lane. Everybody's coming into the pits. I mean, I'm not surprised. There's 33 minutes left in this race. It's not really a surprise that people are coming into the pits. And honestly, that's going to make it a whole lot more interesting as well, because guess what? Your tires are going to be cold again, boys. And trust me, nobody likes cold tires.
Butkus, done on Normando into the pits.
Unless it's your pillow, because who doesn't love a cold pillow?
I got special pillowcases that just so that they stay cold.
Lucky. To be fair, to be honest, with my long hair, I need to invest in a silk pillow.
Yes. Cotton just gets so hot and damp.
Oh yeah, like legit. I have to switch my cotton pillowcase out like halfway through the week.
Oh, we got a battle here. Dominic Durant's trying to go around the outside of Troxclair. Not going to work, and that's actually going to invite Dan Cran around the outside of Durant's.
Yeah, he's going to go for it as we are going to head into the loop through the left-hander as you head into Aintree. He's going to have the exit, and that'll be Dan Cran with a lovely little move up into P number 9. And lovely jubbly, sound as a pound, everybody loves it. Probably not. What? And I will probably never, and I will still never understand why the heck he has a Ferrari logo on a goddamn Aston Martin. Do you realise what treaty you are violating right there?
E.
You are putting an Italian logo on a British car.
It's not the Lamborghini logo, it's the Plan E logo. It's different. But
I don't care.
It's the same,
it looks like
but different.
It looks like... Tell me exactly how.
It's upside down.
Otherwise, I will be pressing charges.
It's upside down.
That is not enough to avoid copyright.
It's worked so far.
Well, I'm being legit. Like, if he tried that IRL, well, he will get copyright striked instantly. Like, the amount with logos, like, the copyright things are all over the place. As we are going to see Jason Allen right now on the back. Oh,
we got Klaus on the back of Allen.
Yeah, Klaus on the back of Allen. I got the two mixed around. Thanks nighttime. As one thing I am also going to point out, which I did not mention earlier on this season, which I actually love now, is that the SRA logo is finally up top and in the middle. That really annoyed me last season.
What, having it to the right next to the sponsors?
Yeah, like there was just too much going on in there, and it like drew your eyes away. Whereas now it's like, okay, cool, you got the information up top, you got the season, the division, and the round, as well as the track, and then you got the SRA logo underneath it. It's very clear and concise. You've got the nice board over on the left-hand side, which shows where all the drivers are. You've also got the little driver pamphlet in the bottom right. You've got the track map on the right-hand side, which, honestly, for me, I usually prefer to be in the bottom right corner, but ACC is weird like that. And then you've also got the sponsors up on the top left. Speaking of which, Jess, would you like to do an ad read?
Actually, yes. I would like to say a huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. And Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. I think Colin Dunham must be using that right now, walking around Quig like that. Nice move. And AT3D Sim Shop, Upgrade your sim racing experience with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style. Elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. And to Go Setups, premium esports setups for everyone. Use our affiliate link on our Discord server and take your drive to the next level. And Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and Fairy World collectibles, magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. That's facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making sure you look good for all the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more. kpconcepts.com.
Yes, and whilst you were going through that, Chan, buddy, I think you may want to invest in some of those because you have now got a drive-through. Tut tut.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, that just happened at like the perfect moment because you legit finished talking about Go Setups and then you got a drive-through. But yeah, like, legit guys, big thank you to our SRA sponsors because, let's be honest, it would be a lot harder to put on a league if we didn't have the sponsors.
Yep, the servers aren't free. Y'all keep the lights on. Everybody from our corporate sponsors to the individuals who support us on Discord or any other metric like donating on YouTube or Twitch, subscribing there. Thank you so much. We all appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys. We always do. Plus, I appreciate you guys a whole lot because me being here this early in the morning, if it wasn't for you guys, I would not have the motivation to do it. But because you guys all watch and you enjoy it, that's why I'm still here. That's why I'm still here, ruining my sleep schedule, but I'm doing it for the love of SRA and motorsport. Speaking of love for motorsport, I am sure that Jess is not having a good time watching this Porsche being so far back.
I do expect better from my friends. Come on, Meeks. Oh, look at this. Klaus just getting mugged by 2 cars in a row. I'm going to have to catch the replay for this once it settles down. It looks like it has. Let's see what happened here. Oh, they just beat him on the straight.
So.
Or, well, not really straight, but yeah, into there. And he had to keep it pinned, couldn't go wide, couldn't keep the speed, and he just got followed through. Norman Doe and Wiggins passing him. Oh, and he's going deep again.
Whoa, he is. What is going on with that Lamborghini?
It's all out of sorts.
For some reason, into Maggots, he moved over to the right side, opening up the gap, and then lost the rear end going into Beckett's, and we've just seen him go wide again.
Oh, Marty
is
just
there
said
damage
pit
to that
exit,
car
probably.
that we don't understand?
It just might be, actually. No, Klaus is on a normal... Looks like he's on a normal lap. We'll see. No, he's definitely, yeah, that was a pit exit. Yeah.
Makes sense. Cold tires are not fun. Cold tires are not fun, guys. Trust me. As I just realised I should have had my mic closer to my mouth because I can have it. Jess has set it so that I do not peak too much, meaning that yay, I can chill and just put it close to my mouth, and meaning that I also do not wake up my parents. Then again, my dad is a very light sleeper, so he's probably listening to me in his room right now.
He's proud of you.
Because for some reason, I am not even joking, my father and my grandfather watch my commentary.
Told you
I have no idea. I have no idea why they do that when, well, my granddad I can understand because he has his own house. My dad, on the other hand, I have no idea why, because he tells me several times that when I'm doing this early in the morning, I wake him up. Sorry, Dad. I have no idea if he's awake or not, but I'm just going to apologise anyway.
Sorry, Mr. Marshall.
Exactly. But Mr. Marshall who is balding. Right, Dan Cram, buddy. Let's see. So Michael Menning's still leading, followed by Travis Nordstrom and Jeremy Mercer.
And that gap is doubled, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. Wells is 0.7 behind Omar Escorcia. Bruh, language, I hate to tell you this, but my father is 40, and he's only just started bowling. I am so sorry, language. It is what it is. Fair enough. As we're gonna continue going. We're looking over the rear wing of Trosclair, and we're just gonna have a good old chill time. As through the right-hander, and then very quickly into the left-hander. As I have no idea why the heck I have suddenly turned into David Attenborough for this moment in time. And please, nobody make the joke about the British, because I have a feeling that's what Jess was about to say.
I was just gonna say you need to be a little bit hoarser. And if you look to the left here.
And if you look to the left, going into, and if you look to the right, heading over and down into village, it is then followed by the loop, over through Aintree and down the Wellington Strait, where we see a wild tyre rolling down the track.
How it got there, nobody knows.
But it is something that is the natural course in the life. It is the natural life of a good old car tyre. It will eventually keep on rolling. Keeps on rolling. Guys, this is what happens when a race starts to calm down. You get the witty banter.
All right, so we've got to check in now that everybody's done their pits. Escorcia somehow has managed to claw his way all the way back up to P6, which I'm just flabbergasted by. That's incredible. He was at the start of this race in contention to be fighting Michael Menning for the driver championship. He was in the top 4, but unfortunately did get murdered pretty hard until he died. Pit early, did his own thing, and now he's back in the race. But he's still pretty far off. He's 30 seconds behind Michael Menning, and he's got Mr. Wells right behind to deal with, who is lapping just as quick as he is actually.
Yeah, speaking of which, while we're looking at this, I've just got, just so we have something to talk about, I've got the driver standings up. We talk about gold.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said all that about Escorcia. I meant Barrera in P8.
Yeah.
Barrera got murdered and clawed his way back up. P8 still equally impressive.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is. I feel like there's one thing we have to do though. I feel like we don't give enough love to the silver drivers.
I mean, here's Michael Landry on the back of Barrera.
Yeah, well, actually, speaking of that, because Michael Landry, with the drop race enabled according to the standings, he currently leads with a 5-point gap.
Very nice.
So, don't worry, silver drivers. We are giving you the love, even if we do watch the gold drivers most of the time, and by most of the time we mean for 55 minutes of the race.
Way out in the distance, you can just make out the headlights of Jared Troxclair for P2 and silver this race. So Landry's got a very nice lead. Let's hop on board with Jake Wells, who's stayed glued onto the back of Escorcia.
Yeah, he's been here for quite a while, and we were saying this earlier, like, the thing is, you don't need to be faster. You just need to wait for him to make a mistake, and with 20 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here, as we head into Vale, and especially with these sausage curbs here, that mistake can come at any moment as we head onto the Lewis Hamilton straight through Club Corner. And he takes the wider line, but it's going to be Escorcia who will take the tighter line as well to keep it on the black stuff more, as Wells takes the track limits to the limit. Track limits to the limit? I just said limit.
Push it to the limit. Who's been here long enough to recognize that SRA intro?
I went to the danger zone. Oh, speaking of the danger zone, we may be entering the danger zone, as Wells is chilling right now, but look who's behind him. Or is that a lapped car? Oh, hello. Oh, that's what
Nope, no lapped cars in sight.
Wells is behind Escorcia. Guys, don't blame me for the thing. Language just said, yes, they remember it because it's the season they became a champ.
Hell yeah.
Of course they would remember it.
Oh, what's this Eric Marecki off track?
Oh, we are
Struggling
going to
to
need a
get
replay
rolling.
for that, and we will get it. Oh, that, oh!
Looks like he
That
pit
happened a while
maneuvered
ago.
squeezed the Audi. And
Bro-
it looks
bro
like he
turned
pulled
into
over
a
to this,
cop.
and looks like he came into a stop to wait for the Audi to catch up. Yeah, he could be
Yeah.
flooring it right now. He's waiting.
Yeah,
That
bro
was Brooker
turned into
Quigg.
the cops during a high-speed chase. Get sick and tired of it, just pit maneuver you. Which, I'm sorry, sir, but we don't do that over in Britain. Meeks, what are you doing here, buddy? Jess is very quiet.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Hey, chat, should Jess talk more? Even if they've got low energy, should Jess talk more? I feel like I've been talking for like double the amount of Jess.
You're doing your job.
I know I'm
back at
doing
it.
my job. To be... okay, boss. Okay, boss. Put a Porsche on screen, that'll make him talk. I'm not the... It's Jess controlling the camera.
That's why I need you to talk.
I am talking. I continue talking. Please don't fire me. This is the funny thing as
Durant
well.
and
Like,
Meeks trading spots side by side at the end of
Come on.
Sector 2.
yeah. Hey, finally we got a Porsche on screen in a battle, and yet Jess still doesn't talk.
I'm muting my mic.
Oh, they are. Jess actually went into the OBS. Jess actually went into OBS and muted the mic. I'm being legit, guys. Like, I have to watch through OBS. I have to watch Jess's screen. They legit just went to the microphone and muted themselves. This is the thing. They have so much power. They could mute me if they wanted.
Shan't, though. Be a very boring show. Well, not
I
very
know-
boring.
I
D1 is
know-
putting on a pretty good show. We make a silent movie out of it.
Good old silent movie. Hell no. You got a British person in here. You got to use me to my full aspect.
Language
Oh yeah,
says,
Jess. What's your favourite 911?
964. Because it's the most retro looking 911 while still being somewhat modern under the skin. Unfortunately, they didn't make a lot of them and they chop them all up for custom Porsches. Like, that's the one that like Singer goes for.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting, actually.
Yeah, I
Oh,
learned
there we
that
go.
from a video from I forget who a couple days ago, actually. Those details.
Well,
about it.
right.
I already
Oh,
led
that
for the
was a little bit
964.
of contact. That was a little bit of contact there.
They might
as
touch
we're
again.
gonna
They come
speed
real
Joe
close
Wolf.
as they
This
jockey
is-
for who's going to get the apex.
As we continue on, as Jess finally decided to talk when I started talking. We're not going to judge it though, it's early morning. Let's be honest, we probably both have low energy. How the heck I have this much energy is because I drink so much Pepsi Max. That's not even a joke. I've been doing this gig for 5 years and I have been drinking Pepsi Max the entire time. Anyway, Dan Cran, how you doing, buddy? In your interesting Aston Martin. You're in good old British machinery, in a good old British track, in a good old race, which if I had an SRA cruise money, I would get a Singer for sure. Eh?
A Singer is a custom Porsche modification shop that takes 964s, cuts them up, and resells them as new cars. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. I think they're out of California.
I'm a business student. I should make that. I should look into that for my next assignment. Gives me a reason to talk about motorsport in college.
Hell yeah. Jeff Spangler, after that very rocky start, only able to scrounge up P22. This is going to be a race for him to forget, for sure.
In their very mosaic livery. You know what? That's actually crazy. that the company was founded by a British chap, and he's based in California, but they're working on German cars.
Love it.
Who doesn't love it? Good old worldwide. Like, can't beat it, to be honest. And we're going to continue going here, because let's be honest, it's chill, yet somehow 15 minutes have passed without me realising. Is this what happens when we get talking about motorsport, guys? I think it is, because let's be honest, we all love it. And I am probably going to cause controversy here. Oscar Piastri is better than Lando Norris. I know. Cry in the comments. People are probably going to hate that if the Lando Norris fangirls find out. Because let's be honest, it's interesting. As we have got, who the heck is America?
Dan Cranston all over the back of Godzilla, can't find a way through.
Yeah. I mean, he's been stuck he's been stuck behind him for a while, so like this is the thing in the dark as well though. If they've got light damage, we may not be able to tell unless there is headlights right on it. That's what makes these night races interesting. Is like we've got as much information as the other drivers have. As America in Twitch chat saying Menning 18 seconds ahead, and I saw Nordstrom was doing 156.2s in the practice server the other day. That's not nuts. That's just average Michael Menning behaviour. I think Jess can back me up on that. Like that's just average Michael Menning behaviour, isn't it?
Yeah, he makes it look easy. It's just what he does. He's a machine. Turns electricity into fast laps.
Yeah, he's the SRA equivalent of Adrian Newey. He gets a car and he just bends the air around it, making him go fast. So heck, that's what makes it interesting as we do continue on. Speaking of which, while we're talking about Adrian Newey, has everybody seen the RB17?
I don't think so.
Oh, you need to look at it. Is it exactly like the Aston Martin Valkyrie? Absolutely. Is it made by Adrian Newey? Yes. So are we surprised? Absolutely not. As we're going to continue going on through here as we head into Village and the Red Bull Hypercar. Exactly, that Red Bull Hypercar. As someone measure his DRS flap after the race. Bro does not have DRS. This is GT racing, not Formula 1. Well, let's continue on then, shall we? As I'm just going to have to yap. So, guys, welcome to the Witty Banter, because we're talking about Witty Banter. Well, yeah, am I totally ripping off Game Theory? Absolutely. If you watch Game Theory, then you're a cool person. If you watch Motorsport, you're a cool person.
Theory.
But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Remnant. Honestly, like, good job we still have Mountain GT live. Until next month, when Ash takes over. But let's be honest, everybody loves Ash. Who doesn't love Ash? Jess probably has no idea who the heck I'm talking about.
Not a clue.
The ginger person.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Do your research. As we're going to be as we were talking about Ash, now we're talking about Dan Cran once again. He is still stuck behind Tronclair because that car right in front of him, being a Nissan, is one chunky boy.
Wider than the track.
Yeah, as we got 10 minutes, 10 seconds remaining.
Hold on, I gotta check something. Wiggins just fell 4 positions.
Oh, what the hell has happened there then? What the
hell? I already missed it. What, is he out of fuel or something? Why is he rolling so slow?
No, we caught it there. He just pulled over to the left-hand side and slowed down.
But why? He's still going.
Oh,
now he stops. Is it game over? Is it Jover? Is it Ogre?
Is it Jover, chat? Chat, do we think it's Jover? Hello, Dan Cran. We came back to you apparently. We are watching Dan Cran a lot tonight.
He's been close to people often.
Yes, very true. One man who was also close looking at the timing board
Crown.
is Dominic Duran. Oh, hello. Go on to the national pitch straight as we head through Lutfield, and then once again heading towards the good old national pitch straight, and he's going to move over to the right hand side real quick there, as that was very weird. As onto the national pitch straight, nice and clean, easy peasy. Play it clean, please. We do not want to repeat of lap 1. But let's be honest, who doesn't love it? It's nice clean racing now.
Yeah, not a whole lot of drama. Just some unexplained decisions.
Oh, whoa,
Very close.
Whoa. Speaking of no drama, Jess, what is this? Are you just rolling? Is the reason why I'm not cursing anybody because you've just taken away the commentary curse this evening? Because every single time you said something, it's almost happened.
It's a power I can't possibly wield responsibly because I can't control it.
The force is strong. The force is strong. Words.
Dan Crane getting very impatient behind Troxclair.
Yeah,
I think
very
it's a
impatient.
matter of time until we get fireworks here.
Pew 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 pew. As we set off fireworks with the figure on a pile of sticks as we set it alive. Don't question it. That's just bonfire night. As we continue going on into Village once again, 7 minutes 50 seconds remaining here at Silverstone, which, apart from that lap 1 incident, we've had some good battles, but we're chilling now for a bit. But everybody knows it. Everybody knows SRA. Everything likes to kick off towards the end, doesn't it, Jess?
Yes, it does. It's kicking off right now. We got Colin Dunham and Austin Carpenter side by side right now in the middle of the lap. Still side by side going through that corner. And looks like Colin Dunham is going to lose out. Paulie asking, Champion Motorsports in an easy lead in the Conglomerate Cup? I think yes, many such cases. You're wrong. The Conglomerate Cup is not real. You don't win anything meaningful just by Zerg rushing the leaderboards by recruiting everybody. Get good.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Huh. That is really interesting. I have no idea what you were just on about. As we go
Conglomerate
through
Cups is like summing up all the points of the teams of a conglomerate. So like one level above constructors.
Oh, American things. So then, as we head on
just
to
poly
the good
things.
old, just heading onto the hangar straight once again, as good old slipstream. Honestly, can't fault it. As the McLaren seems to have a decent, well, Ferrari I should say, seeming to have a decent run. I have betrayed my brothers. Oh, a little bit wide, losing the rear end momentarily. Here comes good old John Archie, going to be looking for the move as we head down into the Bell chicane.
Not brave enough on the brakes.
Ford who will defend it, and he will stay there, but then again he may go wide. I was going to give Archie an opportunity to go down the inside, going
he hits the curb
onto the Lewis Tower straight. They
Oh,
both make contact,
my.
heading onto it, and that's going to give Archie an opportunity. He's going to lose out. He's going to lose out to Dominic Duran, who makes the move finally to get past, and that is going to be a lovely little move to get past, and that is no fault of his own. Well, it's on the fault of Archie,
Kelvin
not Dominic
Lau
Duran.
is
Like we said
super
earlier,
lucky
he just
that-
had to take an opportunity.
Yeah, Kelvin is really lucky that Archie didn't just clatter across the whole track and into his rear end and pit maneuver him. That was really close.
Yeah, way too close. I mean, that's club corner for you though. Club is hard to overtake on because the racing line takes you across the circuit and onto the track limit, so you really push it there. So we're going to be entering the final 5 minutes here at Silverstone. So about 2, that's almost a little bit of contact between these two drivers, as that's going to be Kelvin Lau trying to defend right now from good old Dunham, as you see the red light flashing on the front bumper as we head into Cops Corner, and it's nice and clean. Going to play it safe for the time being. Maybe a little bit wide, and that's going to be an opportunity for Archie to go for the overtake to get past Dominic Duran again as we head into Maggots, and he's going to go for the move down the inside, and that's going to be a lovely little overtake. Going to have to defend though as we head through Beckett into Chapel, and then you got to wonder, will he have a run down the hangar straight? The slipstream and the speed will be the opportunity here. I was about to say DRS because I was playing F1 earlier, but no,
We got to jump ahead. Finally, Dan Crane and Troxclair are going at it. Looks
Yeah,
like Troxclair had a run, almost held it around the outside, but didn't beat him to the apex. That was very nearly a move.
Yeah, we said earlier it was going to kick off towards the end, and all these battles seeming to finally kick in. Everybody's seeing the timings go. Everybody's seeing the time go down up at the top. 5 minutes remain. Everybody knows you've probably got two, maybe 3 laps remaining. It depends when Michael Menning will cross the line with how much time on the board. Because leader, final lap, if the leader comes across the line before it reaches 0, then you get another lap. It's weird. As right now, going to be watching Tronclair versus Dan Cram once again heading into the loop, and he's going to take the defensive line. A little bit of contact, loses the rear end slightly, but he's going to be able to keep it, and that's going to be Dan Cran, who will not go on the attack and will not go on the offensive. Going to play it safe after that minor contact. As we head down Wellington, down towards Lutfield and down towards Brooklands and Lutfield, the left-handers and the right-handers that take you onto the national pit straight. Michael Menning leading with the fastest lap. Down the inside goes Timothy Flamger on good old Meeks, and it's going to keep on going, play it safe.
That's Meeks on Butkus.
And yeah, Meeks on Butkus, I should say, as we head through the loop and onto the Wellington straight, wheel to wheel, almost directly. He's going to have a slipstream as we go inside the car. We're going to move to the right-hand side after almost making contact. That will undulate it, though, as we head into Brooklands, into the left-hander, who will have the better line onto the national pitch straight, as you want to get that proper line. Maybe make a move in the cross.
I'm sorry to cut it off.
Duran with a drive-through.
Jared Troxclair finally got around. Wait. Yeah, it was... Did he trade spots? What happened here? Sorry, but we're in a replay right now. Looks like Dan Cran and Troxclair traded spots. Something happened, and it looks like I missed it. And for some reason, Troxclair's headlights are off.
Yeah, well, something's definitely happened here, as well as Dominic Duran has picked up a drive-through penalty. Dan was fighting Tronclair, so that's probably why. As we see Archie still, he's going to be trying to close down on Kevin Lau. Into the Bell chicane we go. Headlights illuminating the circuit, and it's going to keep on going. 2 minutes 10 remain, as we will probably have one more lap of racing action. Depending where Michael Menning is, he's just started a new lap, so we will have one more lap after this one. We are going to be going on to the penultimate lap here, as we head through Farm.
Oh, Durant's sending it.
Inside, that's going to be a mega lunge. He goes straight off. That's on him. And what on earth was that move? That was desperation kicking in, and that's completely on the fault of his own.
Oh.
Wait, no, he has to take evasive action.
Yep.
He had too much overspeed.
So that could have been a lot worse.
The thing is, that would have been a lot worse if it wasn't for the sausage curb.
Yeah, he kind of launched him off the track.
Into the car in front of him, but then the sausage curb was like, huh, you want to do this? No, sending you to a shadow lane, mate. As we continue going on throughout the rest of this race, that will bring that battle to an end, but plenty more across the field. Looking at the timing boards as we head through Maggots, through Beckett's, through Chapel, here in the dying stages of this race. Dominic Duran will come into the pit lane to serve his drive-through. He will drop down the grid order, and that will bring an end to his hopes of getting a high position in this race as we head down the hanger straight, and he's going to be right there with him. Dan Cran looking for the move as well on Tronclair. These guys have been going at it for this entire race, both getting caught up in that lap 1 incident at Stoke Corner. They've been with each other throughout the entire time, and this battle seems like it's going to be going to the end. Nissan versus Aston Martin, Tronclair versus Cran. It's going to be a one for the ages, if I do say so myself, here in the British night, in the depths of Silverstone, of Wiltshire and Northamptonshire, as we continue going round, as we head into Club Corner, round the heading onto the wing pit straight, aka the Lewis Hamilton straight, heading down into Abbey, and then you will head through Farm Curb, down towards Vale Chicane. Not down towards Vale, down towards good old Village. So both start with these, allow me. As we continue going on, it's going to be a nice little one between these two. We're on the penultimate lap of, we're now on the penultimate lap of, we are on the penultimate lap. Michael Menning on the final lap of the Silverstone GP here in season number 12. Michael Menning has done everything he needed to do, as it's not updated for me. Jess, how much of a lead does he have right now?
25 seconds. And Landry and Barrera just traded spots. I'm going to catch a replay of that. Oh, it looks like he just drove clear around the outside of him. What happened there? Did Landry just let him through? Or, no, other way around.
Probably a mistake.
I don't understand how... I swear I'm hitting the replay as soon as I see these positions swap, and I somehow still miss it.
Huh. Well, I mean, there's not much we could do about it, as we'll go back to the battles in hand
very wide,
soon. There's a car off on the left-hand side. As we head towards the rest of these battles, as Troxclair is off, so that's not fun for him. As was that contact?
We're about to find out.
We're about, we're about to find out as we flash, get out of the way, heading down towards Stowe Corner. Was it contact between these two drivers? As it looks like it may have been, and yes, it will be. Right into it on the brakes, but that's contact, and he sends him round. And hopefully the replay will end, as right now we need to look out for it, because we don't know if he's come across the line yet, but Michael Menning in the lead of this race. He's currently coming through. He's coming into Woodcote, and as he comes to the line, Michael Menning, domination again to win the Silverstone GP. But back to the battles at hand as we look towards Archie, heading onto the Lewis Hamilton straight, a little bit further around the track. Lovely little battle between these two here at 11 PM in game time, aka 3:45 AM UK time in real life, not in a virtual video game. But it's a virtual video game that we all love, and for some reason most people can seem to drive better on it in a car rather than actually in real life. Max Verstappen wheel to wheel as we continue going on down the Wellington straight, though. These are going to be desperation moments. Archie is going to have one more opportunity to go for the lead. He's going to flash. He's going to go for the move. He will get a little overtake right there, and he will go straight up into P number 10 as we head through Lutfield. As we head out of Brooklands into Lutfield, round the final corner. Archie has done everything to get that place. He will deserve it as we go to the line. Maybe an overspeed for Kelvin Lau, but it won't be enough. To the line, and that's going to be Kelvin Lau who will finish P number 11 with Archie P number 10. That's Michael Menning who wins, followed by Nordstrom, then Jeremy Mercer to round out the podium. But right now it's going to be Colin Dunham on the back of Carpenter, looking for an overtake in the last dying moments, but it's not going to play out as we head to the line. They will finish where they stand. No more smaller gaps, apart from maybe Meeks, but he's going to be having a decent time as we continue to the line. Everybody will come to it, and that is going to be an end to a very interesting Silverstone GP. Dramatic at the start, desperation at the end, and the witty banter right in between.
Yeah, what a race this one was. Certainly one that many of these drivers are going to be rushing to forget. But I don't think our stewards are ever going to forget it. Holy crap. Everybody thank your stewards. Maybe even tip them. Because
welcome, ladies.
They work very hard. They do a lot for us. And they're about to do even more. But yeah, that's going to be our race tonight. Let me freeze frame this real quick. And we are going to get our winners in the booth so Alexa can interview them. Why don't we start with Jeremy Mercer? Where can I find him? Jeremy. Drivers are just filtering into their race chats now, so it might just be a second. Who else can I find? Travis Nordstrom, we can get him in here. He finished P2, right? Travis Nordstrom, welcome to the booth once again. Congratulations on P2. I know Michael Menning kind of went out and had his own race way out in front of you, so trying to catch him was kind of a boring non-starter. But how was the rest of the race for you? Did you find much action at all? We were mostly looking at the mid-pack.
No, not much action. The car drove terribly, but I just got lucky that big accident happened behind me. Man, this car was like driving 3 different cars. Quali was a different car, and then stint 1 and stint 2 were just like felt completely different. I mean, you always get that a little bit with the Porsche.
For sure. You may have noticed it went from optimum to fast.
Oh, I didn't notice that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the second, it felt good for like 20 minutes, and then after that, the tires started wearing out pretty quickly, and then after that first pit stop, it was it felt completely different without any weight in the front.
That's exactly how I felt during the practice race. That 30 minutes after minute 25 or so, that I started. It was pretty obvious the difference in grip.
Yeah, for sure.
So did you put much practice into this race? What can we attribute the good results to? Or is this just one of your better tracks?
It's not really one of my better tracks. I don't know. I put a decent amount of practice in, I guess. I had decent quali pace, and then yeah, like I said, I got kind of lucky with Barrera, and I guess it was Sir, and then just a lot of other people getting caught up because I think
Yes,
Barrera,
it was
Barrera
P3
for
and
sure.
P4 came together and took each other out, and then P5 and P6 drove right into them.
Yeah, Barrera for sure would have given me a run for my money. I was in a practice server with him before this, and he had some really good race pace. So I think I would have probably had P3 or P4 if him and Sir were in the mix, but I'll take it.
Yeah, we take those.
Yeah, we take those for sure.
Anything from you, Alexa?
I was going to ask what your POV was and what it was like when you saw all the carnage happening behind you, because that definitely helped you out a little bit on the opening lap. So how was that? You've already kind of said it, but a little bit more elaboration. What was you thinking at the very moment that when everybody behind you kind of went around and it was just you and Michael Menning driving off into the distance?
A little bit of relief, and at the same time, it's like, oh, that sucks. We spent countless hours, so that always sucks to see a bunch of people crash out behind you. But yeah, it is a little bit of relief knowing that I got a 1 to 2 second buffer at the beginning of the race to try and get into. Like I said, it's two different cars, quality to race. I took me like 3 or 4 laps before I was used to how it drove, so it did give me a little bit of time to settle into things before having to kind of pick up the pace again.
Anything else from you, Jess? Oh wait, no. Well, I can say one thing because I do talk about this at the end. So obviously P2 today for you. Monza is a very different case next week. It's you're flat out for 99% of the lap, and it is basically one big oval. Don't know why it seems like it's American, but it's interesting. But of course, it's the only way that you really slow down is the chicane, Parabolica. The two chicanes, Parabolica and Ascari. And do you think that's going to be a hard one for you? Because it's going back to daytime, but everybody else is probably going to be right in the slipstream the entire race.
Yeah, I probably should have stopped you at the beginning. I'm not racing Monza. So, yeah, I actually am glad. I don't really care for Monza. I don't find it fun to.
News.
Yeah, I know. I don't find it fun to drive. I don't think it gives particularly good racing either. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm on vacation. I'll be fishing instead. So
Hell yeah!
doing I think that's a little bit more fun than Monza in my opinion. Although I love racing, but I'd rather be fishing.
No, you're right. You're right.
Where you going fishing for?
I'm going for muskie in Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat my PB. I had a 45 inch last fall, and I'm hoping I can beat that, although it's not likely.
Well, best of luck to you.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
And congrats again. We'll see you in we're gonna have a break week, I think, maybe.
3 weeks,
3 weeks from now.
Yep.
See you then.
See you at Red Bull.
All right, thank you.
All right, who is next up on my list? Is Jeremy Mercer anywhere to be found? Looks like no.
Jeremy Mercer. Is Jeremy hiding?
Looks like it. What about Michael Menning? There he is.
Yeah,
he is.
We can get
America. Welcome to the booth. Congratulations on another win. How many is this now? Have you lost count, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was in this one for a good time.
You might have had it if we didn't have such a dramatic turn one.
Bentley's a weird car, so getting to nail it, getting to the hot lap it for an hour is pretty fun.
How dare you diss my British car?
It's not, it doesn't do like what you think it should do sometimes, and it's like kind of funny sometimes, but it worked out. It worked out. Yeah, it's a pretty wild turn one. Unfortunate that happened, but
Incredibly
I still
unfortunate
had
because
fun
it
out
took
there.
out most of the people who would have given you any sort of run for your money tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking on that, we already asked. We already asked the guy before you. What was your thoughts? Like, what was going through your mind when you saw all that happening behind you?
It's just like, it feels bad. It's like, I don't want to see that, but
No.
it's a shame.
I want to see that on the
Shame.
last lap, not the first lap.
Right. I mean, yeah. I like, there's a tiny bit of me that wishes I was like involved in it just to have like some spice.
Yeah.
Not like involved
You
in
might
it,
have ended
but, like,
up
that it was in
racing
front
at
of me.
Stefano at some point.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is, and we don't do restarts here, so I agree with that, but it's a shame. It'll happen though.
So this race was kind of a layup for you. How are you feeling about the rest of the season? Do you think Team or Drivers Championship's in the bag?
Well, I'm gonna miss the second to last race, and I'm probably gonna miss the last one. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's not really anyone that's like really shining, so maybe I can make something happen in the 6 or 7 races that I race. But I mean, I think that team championship's looking pretty healthy as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it looked close at the start of this race, but now I think you probably created a bit of a buffer for yourself. So you've got room to feel good for now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody you want to shout out or thank or anything you want to share with the audience before we let you go?
I mean, always got to shout out Jason Allen. He had a crazy race today.
He did.
Making
We
up a whole lot
saw
of
a
position.
lot of screen
Good for
time for him.
Oh yeah. And then just unfortunate for Mr. Sir, but he'll recover. We always recover, so.
We will rebuild.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you both of y'all next week, and good luck to you. Though I know you don't need it.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
See you. And last but not least, I would like to get Landry in here if I can find him. He finished P1 in Silver Division. Let's see. Where is Michael? Michael Landry. Mr. Michael Landry. Welcome to the booth. Congratulations on your P1 in Silver Division. How are you feeling? Tell us about your race.
Hey, thank you very much. I feel good. Got lucky on the start with all the carnage that happened. I managed to avoid it. Was on the grass. Got super lucky there. After that, just have to avoid all the mistakes, just keep my race pace. First 10, I have someone on my back following me. And by the end of it was like before pit, around second. Then after the pit, I think he disappeared for some reason, so he probably made a mistake. I'm not sure.
Possibly. I guess we missed it.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, this isn't the first time we've had you in the booth this season, is it? Did you win in silver in one of the last 2 races?
Last race, yes.
Very nice. So you're having a very strong season. So how's the team championship looking for you? You think you got it in the bag?
Oh no, still a lot of race to do, and never know what could happen. If I already have my drop round for Paul Ricard because of hardware issues, so if something happened on one of the other races, that could change everything.
Well, one of those other races is Monza, which is up next. How are you feeling about that one?
I probably need a lot of practice. The M4 is probably not the strongest car there. I'll do my best. Try to avoid again. Probably Carnage on T1 Monza.
Very likely. I think Carnage is even more likely than it is here, and we saw what happened here. So yeah, I think either everybody really needs to up their manners for next week, or we're gonna definitely expect more Carnage.
Yeah, very dangerous T1 since it's so far from the start line. So yes, everyone need to be careful. Try to get it clear this time.
Alexa, do you have any questions?
You've just asked all the questions I wanted to.
You're welcome. Well, anybody you want to shout out or say thank you to, or anything you want to say to the audience before we let you go, Michael?
Just thank you to all of you making this stream podcast really nice from you, and everybody that's taking part of the volunteer on SRA, making this possible. Very fun. Very appreciate it.
Thanks, Michael. It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you next week. See you then.
Yep.
And that will conclude our show for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in, sticking with us. Be sure to tune in same time next week for Race Around Monza, and same time tomorrow here for Division 2. And on YouTube will be Divisions 4 and 6. I'm Jess Osborne, your cameraman. I've been joined by Alexa Marshall, our commentator, and that is going to be it. Good night, folks.
Night, folks.